News. What is it?
We do not have any reports of fatalities yet, but we believe that the death toll may be in the hundreds of millions.
Can you hold it in your hand?
Beaverton has only a population of about 8,000, Tom, so this would be quite devastating.
Is it flammable?
Here's Brian Fantana on why everyone who is someone is lining up to smoke crack.
How many calories are in one serving?
And we welcome you, James Brown. How did all of this trouble begin?
Living in America.
If you're truly being objective, can news really be bad?
No, we haven't actually seen it, Tom. We're just reporting it.
If you cut the news, does it not bleed?
Been spotted in the water here in Blackrock and Salt Hill both today and yesterday.
In these trying times, being informed as possible might be the best way to arm yourself against any enemy.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
How can you truly make a moral decision without being well informed?
What does it mean to you now when the team is struggling?
I want to kiss you. I couldn't care less about the team struggling.
In a world filled with good news and bad news, somewhere you'll find me, Sammy 3P, in other news. Is that glitching out on you guys?
No.
It was
Okay.
for me until I reset. I hit the reload button and it was fine.
That was all guesswork on the countdown.
That's why I was no longer in. I was backstage when you came back because I was like, the sound was all off.
Yeah, it was all 20 seconds. It said 20 seconds, and then it just stayed that way. And luckily the bar was still moving. So whatever, we landed it, guys. Welcome to episode 20 of Another News. I am Sammy 3P, and with me, as always, is my literary expert, Eclectic Goat. How are you this evening?
Very tired.
Very tired. We have a tired goat.
It's even in the name.
Yes,
I
can see that.
But I'm thoroughly caffeinated and here and ready to go.
Excellent. Dark Hour. First time on the show. What do you want to be an expert in?
I already said I'm the on-scene New Jersey reporter.
Oh,
you have weird New Jersey news. I will. I would like to be one.
and then our expert on pretty much anything he wants to be an expert in. Returning to the show once again, Emperor Goodwin. How are you this evening, my friend?
Well, I'm happy to be a repeat offender. It's very exciting. I was I've held off. I was going to watch C-SPAN all day, but I figured I'd get my real news here.
Thank you. Yes,
I feel like Goodwin is he's an expert in Ming.
Yes. All right, so let's check on the channel and see all of our friends of the channel. All right, let's check. All right, got Ryu, first one in. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Nagrinol, my buddy. Rachel, good to see you. Mrs. 3P, always a pleasure.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that's not what it says, and I'd put 2 and 2 together on that.
No, she's just a huge fan of Von Mises.
Yes. Jake Martin, Eclectic Goat, good to see you. Always nice to see her in the chat.
Hey, the ghost with the most is back. He hasn't been in chat in ages.
Oh, Adam Gray's, yeah, he's right there.
Yeah, he's been sick the last couple of weeks.
I heard he's been sick. Yeah, Adam Gray, there he is. Thanks for stopping in. We're gonna get them back on, and we'll have Goodwin on this time to make it a complete B-sides crossover.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Are you prepared to have the show go for 7 hours? Because that's what's going to happen if you do that.
That's easy money.
Only if you boil a kettle on a boat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the kettle on the boat.
Don't let Adam choose the news. It'll be just as bad as his movies.
My favorite is that when I picked a movie, I didn't talk about it once. I just sat there and talked about everything.
Yes.
This
isn't bad enough to comment on.
To this day, man, what movie was that with that awful soundtrack?
Oh God, the one that gave us concussion, the Italian space movie.
Yeah, I was like almost physically ill from that.
I think my problem was I misunderstood the assignment, and I did pick an old movie, but I picked an old good movie, so we didn't have enough to make fun of. So we just made fun of other
measure
shit.
up. That will not meet the standards, sir.
Did you guys ever do Puma Man?
I mean, once in the 80s, but I was young and needed the money.
Yeah. Because next time I'm on the show, we should really look at that movie. That seems like it's prime for B-sides, and I'm pretty sure you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. But that does not mean that it gets cleared for copyright. So I don't know. Without any further ado, oh, you haven't? Well, if you ever do, you give old 3P a call and he'll come running.
I mean, if Sammy is giving it the thumb up, then it's got to be terribly good or amazingly bad. One of the other.
It is. He's an American dude who finds out he's like an Aztec superhero, and then like
oh shit! I think I've seen that.
Oh, it is. Hey, no one's too late and gay for me. Thanks for stopping in, Seabrew. Oh, we're getting raided.
Oh no! Who raided?
Oh, probably my buddy Leon.
I was gonna say.
Hey, yeah, look at all you guys. Yeah, Leon raided. Oh, my buddy.
I just finally, now that I know how to use the rating system, it's good to be able to throw your audience to someone. But the problem is, a lot of times when my show ends and no one else is going, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Nobody wants our audience.
Well, it's mostly that I think that like, because if you throw an audience to a show that hasn't started yet, unless the person is on the show, like unless it's like what we did yesterday, Sammy, and they know what's coming up. If I throw them to a show that's coming on in a half hour, they're not going to hang around.
Yeah, they just die out.
No, yeah. So someone did that the other day, and I was like, I appreciate that, but I'm not actually on for like another hour.
Like,
so
yeah, like if you're able to tell them ahead of time, like, oh, the show's not coming on for 15 minutes, but I'm doing it, and I throw you, then maybe they'll stick around. They'll maybe go do something and let it chill. But
oh man, we got the Hondo raid. What is going on? So I think without any further ado, I'm just gonna put us all to the top right there, and why don't we get to some news, because we had some interesting things go on.
Interesting developments.
And yes, I do need to warn you guys. It is like 75-mile-an-hour winds right now and hailing in front of my house. So like,
so typical Michigan bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're going to go outside for the weather report then?
Which is exactly why the sheep will start giving birth tonight.
Oh yeah.
But I think the worst of it's over. So, but let's get right into it. New Jersey police chief accused of turning department into animal house.
Sounds about right.
I mean, it is a great movie.
Anything like this? What'd you say?
Have I ever seen anything like this? Not personally, but I know, had I known this was one of the articles, I know a lot of New Jersey police and state troopers. I could have maybe got one to, anonymously tell us a story. Maybe for next time, I'll try to do that. I'll see if I can get something on some insider info. I train with a shit ton of. I literally train with some of the people who train the New Jersey state troopers. So that's really fun.
I mean, we're starting a clip that says he pulled his
pants down and defecated in
front of the entire staff. I don't know how you can get much better than that.
I don't think so. This is definitely not for it's because it says police officers and not state troopers. This is definitely local law enforcement. New Jersey state troopers get really offended if you call them police officers. They're like, "No, I'm a state trooper." So it's like, So that's how I can tell.
So are you involved in the training of the state troopers and how to defecate on the office floor? Or
yes, actually, I've told them multiple times. Always be sure to take some emergency laxatives just in case.
Yeah. Lift with your legs, not your back when you decide to stand up. Yep, it's.
But where did that say? Did that say North Bergen? Let me say.
We'll get into it. I figured we could watch the video first.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I hope there's actual defecation.
Oh, yeah. I hope there's actual. Guys,
if
thank
there's
you
no
so much
at
for
least
stopping in. I know you guys everybody who rated in from Leon's channel, and thank you to my buddy Leon for doing that, my fellow tinfoil hater. But right now, we're gonna find out about this crazy ass guy in New Jersey.
Staying in New Jersey,
can you guys hear?
Officers in Bergen County say they're taking action against what they call a hostile work environment created by the police chief. They're planning to file a lawsuit alleging some pretty disturbing behavior. News 4's Adam Harding live in North Bergen with what officials there are saying tonight, Adam.
Yeah, we're getting some new reaction tonight from the North Bergen Township. This as 5 officers within the department indicate their plans to sue, and tonight they are providing what they describe as photographic evidence.
Yes. Right.
We're very confident in every
Maybe you'll get your defecation
Attorney
after all.
Patrick Toscano represents the 5 North Bergen officers planning to sue the police chief for creating what they describe
looks like a
as a
piece of
hostile work environment.
I've never seen anything remotely resembling.
Guy has an
something
embroidered
like
tracksuit. You know he's a good
These
lawyer.
are just some of the photos provided by Toscano. Allegations made against Chief Robert Farley include sending a gay pride flag to an officer's home, shaving his body hair and leaving it all over an officer's desk and personal property, and jabbing an officer with a hypodermic needle through his pants. The officers also say he pulled his pants down and defecated on the floor in front of his entire staff.
Is that wrong?
On several occasions, he has thrown eggs in fits of anger, creating additional messes for staff.
That's really
to clean up.
expensive.
And they say he also tampered with the
time.
office coffee by adding prescription medications such as Adderall and Viagra, causing staff to inadvertently experience the effects of these substances without their consent.
Shut it.
So they were
men
they
on
were
the
really
right pills.
they were really focused and really
describes
focused.
Yes.
what we've seen in photos and what we're told in this situation. I guess the best we can say is disgusting.
North Bergen denies any wrongdoing.
What's insane is that the article I read said that he was a perfectly fine police officer until he took over the head role, and then he just went crazy.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
That's hardly absolute power, though. I'm a small town sheriff where I'm probably voted
North
in by
Bergen's
the
not
people.
that small. North Bergen's not that small. It's up in North Jersey. It's pretty close to New York. It's one of the larger areas of New Jersey. It's not like a small town with nobody in it. Now that being said,
but it's not the state troopers. Is kind of what I was getting at.
No. So North Bergen is really close to it borders Secaucus, which is the last town before New York City. So this is if you were imagining just outside of the George Washington Bridge or the Lincoln Tunnel, that's pretty much where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
But so it sounds like and he's denying people promotions, signing officers the night shift, according to So he's definitely piece of work. I've had experiences like that though, where you work with somebody and they're normal, and then they get a promotion, and all of a sudden they just become a huge asshole.
That's way beyond huge asshole, though. That's unhinged.
Oh, I mean, if you haven't stabbed a guy in the dick with a hypodermic needle,
are you really managing if you haven't done that? I mean, look, sometimes you have to motivate the force, and it's important. You have to know everybody and how each one of them has a different motivation. For example, some you have to send a sex toy, some you have to send a gay pride flag. That's
and when no one's listening, you got to give everybody a boner. I mean, that's just.
Yeah. Or they're talking amongst themselves. You said, hey, calm down or whatever. They're not listening. You take a shit on the floor.
Yeah.
Can you, officer, in the penis with a hypodermic? He has good aim, then, man. Because
not after that Viagra. It was a much easier target.
Well, yeah, I guess it would have been really obvious. Can you go back to the video and rewind?
Alcohol and he's putting Adderall and Viagra.
Yes,
in this coffee, someone's heart's gonna explode.
I was gonna say that's a terrible, terrible combo.
Sammy, can you go back to the video and go to the specific spot where they show him shaving his body? I think it was about a minute in.
Yeah, it was mildly arousing. I would like to see that as well.
I just want to. It was more the way that they. Hold on.
He was leaning over another officer's desk and doing it. They had hand labels on to show who it was.
Well, that's what I was talking more about, the hand labels. That it was just so. This is par for the course with the New Jersey News website. This is like. I think it was about a minute in or so. But I loved the fact that what I was trying to point out is how they actually pointed to which person was which. It was, yeah, there you go. Like,
yeah.
That is like written in crayon.
Yeah. It's like Banksy did the, but,
oh man. Yeah, that guy on the right definitely looks like he belongs in New Jersey, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's something else. So
he's just like so blatant about it. Like he's got to know there are people taking pictures of him right now.
He wants pictures. Again, it's all about motivation.
There it is. Okay, we just had to scroll down.
Yeah,
okay,
you got to show the public you're doing your job. Here it is.
Here's the crazy part. He's holding a can of what looks like shaving cream, I'm guessing, but he doesn't have any on his person.
No, he does not. He appears to be dry shaving. He's also, like you said, great aim. It appears to be pointed right at that guy's dick.
Yeah.
So
this guy's got a thing for dick. That's all.
Well, I think he's like, I'm noticing that you haven't had your Viagra today. Let me just put some shaving cream on that. See if that helps you.
It's on his balls, according to Bush.
Oh, extra menthol.
Ah, nice. Really,
and there's
really
another person.
Flavor.
So there's the guy taking the picture. There's the guy sitting at the desk, and then there's someone off to the side. So he's doing this in front of like many people.
Yes.
Sparkles, there often isn't a point. That's part of the charm of my show.
I was going to say, is she asking what the point is of us discussing this, or the point of this guy apparently attempting?
I think it's specifically the shaving cream.
Yes.
I've dry shaved before out of like desperation, and it is one of the most painful experiences you'll ever have.
Not great.
Not a fan of that.
Yeah,
and he's shaving his arms, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, but all it does, you're not shaving at that point. You're just pulling the hair out at the root because it just hooks onto itself essentially.
People are going to be studying this in a couple of years like it's a Renaissance painting. Like,
I already am.
He doesn't appear to have bothered to shave his face that day, and so the fact that he's
you have to start. You have to start at the start. I mean, come on.
I think the best part about this is that these are clearly peak shape individuals for the
Yes. You can see that no longer, merely working out. That's no longer enough. That's why he had to add the Adderall and the Viagra to the water supply.
Look, as a guy who used to be in significantly better shape than he currently is, this is exactly what you want to be. This is where you want to be.
Yeah, this is peak masculinity right here.
Yeah. He also appears to have like long sideburns. But like
he's got one of those like
shape.
where he's bald on top, but it goes around and then it connects. If he grew that out, it would kind of look a little bit like an old timey. I'm trying to think.
The mutton chops.
Yeah, the mutton chops and the.
I actually think that he has like lightning bolt facial hair as well, like an anime character.
It's a possibility, and knowing his love for dick and shaving randomly, I wouldn't be shocked if there's what was his name again? I don't remember. It was Farley. Yeah, Farley. Yeah. He's shaved a nice F right on the right in the crotch region.
Oh yes,
nice F shaved in there, trimmed.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't see that, but I mean, with the shenanigans this guy gets up to, there might be a possible tramp stamp.
He just walks in, he's like, "Hey, does this look like an F to you?" And then they're like, "Yep, yes, that does."
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
He's playing like locker room shenanigans in the middle of the police.
I mean, like, well, it's certainly not an A.
Yeah.
I really want to know what the guy sitting at the desk is saying right at that moment.
Probably. Are you fucking shaving your arms right now? Oh no! It looks like he's. Oh look, there's a phone in his hand. He's taking a selfie.
Oh yeah, I thought that was a stapler for a second.
So that's another thing too. Probably a lot of these guys were recording it. You know,
oh yes,
going along with it, because you get that frat boy mentality. A bunch of people are going to join it, and then we got Jacob Ironside, friend of the channel. Thanks for stopping in, brother.
Just shows up just in time for the penis stabbing and the
nothing like a little penis stabbing on a Sunday night,
and the shaving of the arms over someone's desk. You're just here in time for all of that.
Yeah, it was all about the timing for Jacob.
Let's see.
He was like, he basically heard. He was like, "Hey, I heard you guys were stabbing penises around here." And
yeah. Is it penis stabbing time? It is indeed, Jacob.
I like how he denies. He's like, we strongly deny these allegations are false and outrageous allegations made by disgruntled police officers. Like, we have photo evidence of him doing something stupid, like right there. I was like,
no, see, this is easily misconstrued. What he was giving was a shaving demonstration to his fellow officers. He say, look, there's a standard we have to hit. This is how you use it. I'm going to show you. This is why you don't do it dry, because you can kind of see the red marks around his arm there. He's trying to teach them proper hygiene.
Yeah, he wants his officers who are obviously in peak physical condition to be more aerodynamic. So
exactly.
He's in.
Do you guys remember? Oh, go ahead. Go. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's training day.
Do you remember in the movie Role Models when the very beginning, what's her face, the one who couldn't shut up and about Charlie's Angels and ruined her own fucking career. It doesn't matter, but she's like, oh well, we clearly have video evidence of you stealing TVs, and he's like, that could be any bald guy, and then it cuts to the video, and he's like, look at me, David Garvin, stealing TVs. He's like, that's absolutely not me. This is basically the real life equivalent to that.
yeah. The 100%.
This is all out of context, obviously.
Yeah.
Farley, who earns that's a shit ton of money.
That's about right. Yeah, that seems about right.
So he heads a police force that has 140 uniformed officers who patrol 5.57 square mile town. So not even 60,000 residents.
Oh, okay. So maybe I thought this was for all of Bergen. This must be just very highly specific, just the North Bergen section.
Yes,
because like Bergen is kind of a catch-all phrase for up there. It's like Bergen, North Bergen,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We now return to New Jersey topography with Dark Hour.
I mean, I used to work like right over there, so it's weird though because a lot of it's near swampland. So the town itself probably doesn't count the swampland because it's not developable. I don't know, whatever the word may be for.
We're gonna need more syllables for that.
Developmentable. So they probably just don't count that.
After cornering me in the filing area, with no further room for retreat, he sticks a hypodermic needle through my jeans into the tip of my penis. He wrote,
"Dude, this guy has some epic aim, man.
I'm telling you, the Viagra.
I was gonna say, I think Emperor was right on that one.
Yeah. I don't know. It was right after I took a drink from the water cooler. Here he comes, and
he was like, "You seem to have a horrible priapism. We're gonna need."
Yeah, let me solve that for you. Yeah.
Big shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the word is for that. Ability to develop upon. I don't know.
I mean, we'll just leave it at that. That's fine. And then Darren wrote that when he protested, Farley told me, "I don't know how to take a joke, dude. If you stab me in the dick, that's not a joke, right? Like I'm going. It
depends who you are.
Oh yeah, well there goes.
I'm going to take that personal.
There goes my gag that I was going to do tonight. Sorry.
Yeah.
Look, maybe if it wasn't the tip, maybe if it was a little further away from the tip, I would have been okay with it. But the tip that's where I draw the line.
He's like, oh, sour grapes.
So not just the tip?
Not just the tip. No.
From this point on, the chief creates a hostile work environment. The chief
that point
shave his body hair.
Well, literally that point. Yeah, when that point hit his point, then that was a hostile work environment.
I like up to that point. I like that everything up to that point was just fine. We were okay with everything else, but then it went too far.
The rest of it was him just being socially incompetent, but then he stabbed someone.
Yeah. It's all fun and games till you get stabbed in the dick.
Normally, you have to pay extra for that.
Butters, how dare you shoot him in the dick, man? You just don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. Come on, not cool, Butters. Not cool.
That's the Chief's defense. He's like he's just embarrassed about the fact that he really liked it.
I'm amused by he did not restrain his body hair shaving to merely their deaths. Scroll back up a bit. It's yes from the chief would shave his body hair on people's property, their persons, and their food. He was also fond of scraping fluids from his underwear onto people seated in the chief's office.
Yeah, I was going to ask if we were going to just skip that part.
No, well, I wasn't. That was far too compelling for me.
Yeah, that's why we have the experts. You know, I can't be everywhere.
Fluids from his underwear.
Yeah, he probably seen Predator 2 too many times and was a fan of Bill Paxton.
Can I just give you my underwear instead?
Yeah, need a semen, urine, and Yule stool sample.
I have nothing. That is.
I mean, this is just a typical Tuesday in New Jersey. This kind of shit happens all the time around here.
Yeah. I think these are out-of-towners who are complaining about this because they really haven't acclimated to the culture.
Yeah, this is.
Somebody poured themselves a cup of doctored coffee, okay, and he started getting his own coffee from the machine because he did not feel it was safe to drink from the pot anymore. Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. I think that was actually probably he was just trying to have a good time. You know, he wanted to make sure everyone was properly ready for all situations.
Yeah.
Had to do
Many of you have not had an erection under fire.
Well, it's like he had heard about that woman at that police department that was just sleeping with everybody, and he wanted to make sure that if that chick ever showed up here,
she would feel at home and comfortable. Yeah.
That's all I got.
On several occasions, he pulled his pants down and defecated. Here's
another article about it. Let's see if there's anything.
Well, no, hold that thought, Sammy. I mean, let's be fair, Goat. Let's be fair. When was the last time that you only defecated once in your entire week? You'd usually do it multiple times, so clearly it was just a standard.
Yeah, he's regular. I think what he was showing is the regularity of his bowels and how in peak physical condition he is.
Fiber is key to his diet.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was probably all the coffee.
There could be
that too.
Never mind.
Or the Adderall.
Not doing that.
I mean, apparently that's part of the coffee.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. All the blood was being pushed to the bottom of your body at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Mr. Goodwin.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1:30 hour.
Oh,
Good Lord, already?
I know. So, why don't you tell us what happened in the world of sports today?
Oh my goodness! I mean, it was a shocking development when the team lost. I think we were all hoping that they were going to win, but the strategy of scoring less points than the opponent did not work out as well as we thought it would. In addition, we traded the coach for a pack of bubble gum because we thought that it would be more valuable and could be used in a future draft. Speaking of drafts, Sammy's window is open right now, and it's blowing right up his skirt. Back to you, Sammy.
Lovely. That was sports. We did it, guys. So I had another article about the same subject, but there's a paywall, so I'm not. But it was from. Shit. Yeah, I ain't doing that. We ain't monetized.
There have been a lot of budget cuts in our wire feeds.
Where do these news websites get off thinking we want to pay for your bullshit? Just put a advertisement on the side, and that's good enough. That should be enough.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, their bigger problem is finding someone that wants to advertise with them.
That actually might be the real problem now. Come to think of it.
But let's hold on. What do we have here? Is breaking news: Florida man arrested.
They got him again.
So, Florida man arrested after threats to cut Trump up with a chainsaw, put him in acid, bite me naked to the death. So, definitely peak Florida man.
That's usually my pickup line at the bar, but
let's see.
Well, we actually have video of it. Nice.
Tennessee County man is in jail for posting videos on social media threatening to kill President Trump, giving specific details about how he would take the president's life.
Treasure Coast Bureau reporter Ari Hyde has that video, as well as reaction from the sheriff and neighbors.
The sheriff here tells me that I've actually been watching this suspect for a little bit more than a week now, concerned about his mental health. But he says when that suspect posted a video on social media threatening to kill President Donald Trump, he felt they had no other choice but to arrest him.
What's up, everyone? How are you doing today?
This is St. Lucie County resident Kendall Todd, and this is the video he posted on his social media platforms attacking President Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is the Antichrist.
The video is laced with profanities and is frequently confusing.
Donald Trump has personally made business decisions which have hurt so many different reincarnated Jesuses.
But it's toward the end of the 80-second video where his message to the president goes from confusing,
reincarnated Jesuses,
Bite me naked to the death.
A lot of
I'm
them.
gonna cut you up with a chainsaw and put you in acid.
He just kept escalating his behavior. He got the attention, obviously, of the United States Secret Service, and that got our attention.
And that's why Monday afternoon, the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office SWAT team and the Secret Service went to Todd's home on Metzger Street in Fort Pierce and arrested him.
Wow, man, that's crazy.
Neighbors say they weren't surprised to hear Todd posting threats online. They say he's been acting strangely for a while now.
That's not cool at all. That's not cool, not just with the president, that's with anybody.
Sheriff Del Toro says they had also noticed Todd's strange behavior and had been keeping their eye on him. And when he posted that threat, they moved in.
It's just very concerning for us, and the things that happened in the past, to our president, we want to make sure we're not leaving anything for chance.
Todd is officially charged with making a written threat to kill or do bodily harm. He's currently in the St. Lucie County Jail. His bond is set at $500,000.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Sheriff's Office, Ari Height, WPBF 25 News.
Friend of the channel, cocaine. So
seems kind of late in life for a psychotic break.
I think one of the main problems here is people are not understanding that the state sport of Florida is naked wrestling, naked chainsaw wrestling. It is
to the death.
Sport. Yeah, to the death specifically. Over a pool of acids is usually that's one version of the sport. There's also over an open volcano. That's another one.
Yeah.
So, and occasionally, actually, the most common one over a pool of alligators.
Yes. Now, when you're having that over acid, the only people allowed in the audience are reincarnated Jesuses.
Yes.
Or Jesus, as I believe they're known in Florida. Yeah.
And there must be multiples.
Yeah.
No, you can't have.
No, it's an entire audience. Yeah, you have to. Come on. We're talking about a 5,000-6,000 seat arena.
I just love Trump has personally made business decisions which have hurt so many different reincarnated Jesuses.
Yes.
I honestly thought that I misheard that.
Oh, no.
And then once you said it, I was like, no, I heard that properly.
No, it's even better when you just see it written in plain text where it was just like, oh, no, this guy's Banoonies.
I liked how the police couldn't even sum up what he was saying. They're just like, we're not even quite sure what the hell this guy was about. But
no, even the reporters were like, and sometimes confusing.
Yeah. And the cop is like, I can't believe he took us away from our Adderall and Viagra infused coffee to deal with this shit.
And who said it in the chat? They were like, 47 is or did you say it, Go? Like 47 is a very late time to have like a mental breakdown. I was like, I'm pretty sure this guy's been walking around like this for a long time.
I don't know. The neighbor said he started acting weird a little while ago.
He developed a meth habit.
He just started doing meth.
Yeah. Well, he had been doing it. He just finally got too much of it.
My theory was that he ingested the Adderall and Viagra coffee.
Well,
and
as one does. No, I mean, he would be in peak performance. He would be in peak performance like the sheriff then.
So are you.
That's true. All of them. The diverse reincarnated Jesuses.
That honestly, I want to just isolate that black dude because that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to save that clip. You don't do that to anybody.
Yeah, at first I thought, oh god, it's
wouldn't be
just going to be
acceptable.
stereotypical, news report talk to black man who's like, oh shit, right? That's it.
Yeah.
But then he actually had a pretty good observation. Well, you don't do that, not just the president, but anybody. And I was like, yes, exactly. It suddenly become reasonable.
It's right about
there
it is, right there. I was gonna say it was about right there.
He shows up and he's like, I tried to take it back, but it was too late.
And arrested him.
Wow, man, that's crazy.
Wow, neighbors say they
crazy.
weren't surprised to hear Todd posted threats online. They say he's been acting strangely for a while now.
That's not cool at all. That's not cool, not just with the president, that's with anybody.
I want to hang out with that guy.
Threatening anybody with him.
That's not cool at all.
I love that guy. That guy, you know what? That guy's getting this. Just
Did it have his name? We
fucking
might
awesome.
get him on the channel.
He's getting the friend of the channel.
Friend of the channel.
Awesome black guy, friend of the channel. Welcome anytime.
I'm gonna
on the
make
show.
it my mission in life to find that guy and get him on here for you.
Yeah, sir. If you're
wow, that's crazy.
Just every single thing. He's like, nah, you can't do that. Don't do that.
Hell no.
I want to turn him into the new Haktua girl. That's what I want to do.
Yes.
I want him to have his own cryptocurrency. It's gonna be
absolutely.
It's gonna be crazy coin.
He deserves it more than the Hawk to a girl anyway.
Oh, dude, Todd's bond was set at $500,000.
Hold on. Since July 13th assassination attempt of Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania, threats have been. Well, I just want to get to this part about the arrest of a drag queen in Florida. Continued, including his second attempt in September and a January arrest of a drag queen in Florida, faced with second-degree felony. Why do I not remember that attempt? I remember the first
I don't know,
two.
but let's click that.
Big Mama. Oh shit.
Big Mama.
Oh god, it's the same guy now.
You don't do that to anybody unless you dressed up like Big Mama.
Yeah.
I don't
Florida
remember
drag
this
queen.
one. I don't. Yeah.
No, I don't remember this either.
I'm already. There's like a mom's cinematic universe involved here because the drag queen chum of the acquitted Tot Mom now faces his own felony charges. Big Mama is now arrested, but Tot Mom was set free.
Enemy of the channel, Casey Anthony.
Enemy of the channel.
Yes.
And Tot Mom, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big Mama's House of Sweets. Oh shit! Here we go. I'm in it.
Oh, you always got to respect the drag queen when they choose not to shave their beard. You know.
Yeah, Florida is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, they're really. Who'd have thought that it was a prison colony?
Well, that's what happens when you just when crazy people just keep flocking to the same location over and over again.
Yep. Let's see.
The further central you get in Florida, the crazier the people get too. Like the further from the coasts, and like you're in like the swamplands of the middle. That's where the people are nutso. And also the
During the arrest, the suspect
panhandle is nuts.
was also alleged to have been in possession of 3 bags of cocaine in his pocket because one ain't enough.
Well, I mean, they are from Florida, so it's it was expected. But I enjoy the inauguration was a day of mourning for the U.S. Bullets, please. Please, Jesus, save America. Now, you've already called for bullets, but now, please, Jesus. Maybe you can show up and help it out, too.
Jesus.
All of the diverse Jesuses, especially the reincarnated ones who have some ammo.
Yep.
God damn, y'all in Florida need to up your standards for drag queens.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see if they got a... Oh, no, it's leading to X.
Yeah, that's Andy.
Yeah, that's Andy with
Mr. Andy
Yo.
Go. Yeah, okay. All right. So he does shave. All right. But let's get out of.
Does he do it on coworkers?
I learned my lesson last time. I'm not staying on X. No scrolling.
Yeah, Hook is correct. Florida has different reporting rules than most states. These insane people really exist everywhere. It's just that Florida tells us about them.
Well, that's the thing, and that's one of the reasons why it always says Florida man, Florida woman, is because they have to specify that they are from the place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the reasons why they never just go man or woman. They have to be like, no, they're from here.
I like this quote here, too. Lincoln, JFK, Reagan, Martin Luther King, and Trump. Unfortunately, one is still alive. Well, spoiler alert, it's Lincoln. No? All stood up to Democrats. All were shot.
That seems like a strange take.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been keeping up on current events, but we're dealing with someone who just called out the great and is friends with,
I
Anthony.
don't know what part about Florida drag queen you didn't understand.
Yeah, who is also friends with Casey Anthony.
Well, I mean, the fact that JFK was a Democrat is,
Whatever. Yeah. You didn't stand up to him.
Yeah.
I mean,
friend of the channel, Martin Luther King.
One of the reasons I always liked dealing with people who had psychosis is that it's really fun because there are always rules. There are always rules in their head, but figuring out what those rules are is absolutely fascinating to me.
And the rules do tend to have an expiration date.
And it's usually about an hour after they're made.
Oh, the
depending on just how fun the schizophrenia is rolling today.
This rubs me the wrong way about his friendship with Casey Anthony. Yes, they are friends. One of Anthony's friends confirmed to the newspaper. She's always said that he was really funny and she liked to hang out with him because he made her laugh so much, like when she's not busy murdering her kid.
Yeah, well.
Wait, this is like the actual case? I
yes,
thought we were just mentioning.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Wow.
No. This is the acquittal of Tot Mom.
Yeah, Mother of the Year.
Zach's hit it on the head right there. Casey Anthony is cute. Just don't let her babysit.
No.
That was.
Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing, buddy?
Hi, buddy.
It's fine if they're not her kids.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we got this covered. We can move on to the next headline here. I read
they
it
have
and
a similar sense of humor.
Yeah, like I like dead kids too. We need the other black guy. Like, you don't do that. You don't
be killing kids.
I don't care.
You shouldn't be killing anybody, but especially not kids.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Sometimes the kid be in the toy aisle, he be crying. You take him out of the stove. You don't kill him.
Mm-mm. I mean, you can threaten to. That's fine.
Yeah. Gotta set reasonable expectations.
That's just 80s mom right there.
Yeah. When I get you out to the car, I'm gonna beat you until you can't grow anymore.
I can still, I still, like, my dad would make like a certain face, like if I was acting a fool in public, and I was just going, how is it racist? I love the guy.
He might be the greatest friend of the channel ever.
Yeah, I know. He is. I don't know if I can call out any more friends of the channel because that guy just did it. But
yeah, I mean, the man spits facts.
Any more racism? I just love the guy. But there might be a little racism in there. Who knows? Friends of the channel, racism.
What's a little racism amongst friends? Come on.
Yeah, we're buddies. I'm sure he called. If we had him on the show,
we hang out with him. He was over the other day.
Yeah. We both agreed that you don't kill the president.
He shit on my office floor.
Yeah, I shaved myself over his desk.
Yeah.
He stabbed me in the dick with a needle. It was shenanigans.
It's just to kind of palette around it.
Maybe you guys can help me with this headline here. Why it's spam. Alaskan woman goes to grocery shopping at Walmart, then she tries to buy spam.
Oh, because it's locked down because of theft.
Oh, okay. But I like I said, I never read the articles, only the headlines, and I may have
I do like the fact that her take on this was we're locking down war rations, as if we were still at war and that's why we still have spam.
Wait, we're not?
Not in reference to spam.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But you still can't get rubber tires,
going to the
right?
cookout. It's this guy right here, okay? This guy's going to the cookout, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
as long as you bring the spam.
Cookout. Yeah, well, I'll try my damnedest, but it looks like it's under lock and key.
Mm-hmm. Bring a chainsaw.
Is Walmart restricting spam access? News at 11.
Oh, they're doing it with hash too.
Motherfucker.
That's some bullshit.
It's some bullshit.
Apparently everything is stealable now.
It's gotten bad.
I've never actually had spam.
I don't hate it.
You're not missing anything.
It's meat. Yeah, it's not like the greatest, but in a pinch.
I mean, it's fairly popular, so I'm sure it's
No, it's great.
Friend of
Been
the
around a
channel,
long time.
spam. I'm saying it.
Friend of the channel.
I like the jalapeno spam. Good. I don't care. I feel like it's like domestic abuse. Like if you grew up with it, it's not that big of a deal. But like if you never had it, it might be jarring as an adult. So
it's like bologna, but with a bit flaky.
No one?
Oh,
Crickets? Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure that, bologna is more careful about what they put in their food than spam is.
Someone who's been into to slaughterhouses, I'm pretty sure that's not accurate.
Yeah, I don't want. See, that's one of the reasons that I don't go to a slaughterhouse. I don't need to. I don't need to look.
It just. I'm not gonna lie. It just registered what you said, Sammy. You're a sick human being. It just
Friend of the channel, domestic abuse.
I think my brain did not want to process.
That?
I think it didn't want to process what he just said.
Yeah, it's like a neural immune system thing. It just rejected it. It was like that didn't happen.
I was also, in fairness, I was also reading parts of the article while he said that because I was trying to and there's not much here, but
yeah, no, I mean we can.
What's more terrible is that 20 episodes in, he said it, and my brain just went, "Yeah, whatever."
Yeah, that's fine.
That's Sammy.
No, yeah, you're used to me being a fucking psychopath. Everybody.
It made perfect sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, guys, if that's part of your everyday routine, if it's not part of your everyday routine, it's going to be quite jarring when Dad gets out the belt.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're dealing with it all the time, you're just like, it's another Tuesday.
Oh, I see it's beatings night. Okay, here we go.
It was like, damn it, the Jets didn't cover the over.
Mm-hmm.
Are we addressing?
The Jets haven't covered the over since 1972, so that's.
Are we addressing Stupenzo's comparison between spam and cannibalism? Because
it's made of long. It's made of pig, and long pig is just the same thing.
Yes,
long pig.
I mean,
okay. That's why I love having Enzo on the show.
Less processed, but.
Okay, so that was just I just got that one strictly for the headline, but this guy right here, coming up next is not all heroes wear capes. So let's just plumber returns to reclogged pipe after restaurant refuses to pay bill.
Yes,
you're right.
As he should.
Yes, I stand with area plumber.
Yeah, me too, man. Evansville, Indiana. owners of East Side restaurants say they feel extorted after they say their plumber returned to reclog pipes over a disputed bill. Well, you know what? When someone does a service, you pay those people, or you know what happens, assholes? You get your pipes clogged.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, did he also drink the sheriff's coffee? Is that?
Well, either that or he's had a lot of fiber this morning. He ate a wicker chair for breakfast, and here, let me just fix that.
I like to think that he just keeps all of the clogs in like little jars. He just
it's labeled so that he knows who can return it to. Yeah. Can you imagine? While I do support the plumber doing this, not the cardiologist.
No. That's too far. That's too far. Should not be returning aortic stenosis to people's.
No.
But it would probably be most impressive if you didn't pay your barber and then he made your hair grow back.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, he just that does happen.
I'd be like, "Are you a reincarnated Jesus?"
Come back to me in 4 to 6 weeks. That's what's I'm going to curse you with. You have to pay me again or not pay me again.
Well, either that or he goes full Beavis and Butthead and he puts glue on their face and then just puts their hair back on so it looks like they have a beard.
It's just like it's like that. What do you call it? Stephen King story. Thinner.
It's just hairier. That's what it's called.
Yeah, no, he just walks by and goes, Kurt Russell. You know, like friend of the channel, Kurt Russell. Let's see. Thai Bistro and bar operations manager Jesse Sanders. So you can tell it's authentic Thai. Says that their kitchen grease trap started to overflow. They called Havren Plumbing Company to fix the block.
Heverin.
Heverin.
Yeah. Heverin.
Havren. I'm
in Havren. And you know that my drain can hardly blow.
Friend of the channel, Havren. Let's see. After Havren Plumbing returned for a second job. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. 3 days later, it happened again. So they called the plumber back. This time they were saying it's an emergency. After Havren Plumbing returned for the second job, Sanders says they received a bill for nearly double what they already paid upon the first visit. Well, yeah, you brought him out.
That's the reason it's an emergency.
And someone can't math, because honestly, on an emergency overtime visit, that's not nearly double, and it's really not a terrible charge.
No.
I really hope that they say how he reclogged.
Oh, they do. I've already got.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
I just read it.
I needed to know. So.
Okay. Where is that?
Reclogged drain. Reverse plumbing.
Yeah, this is okay. The first bill was $235. The second was $390. It was like, yeah, but you called them out saying it was an emergency at overtime hours. Like, don't be stingy.
Yeah.
Don't be stingy. Okay.
Yeah, so that's about time and a half. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, I just found it.
You just saw it, didn't you? Yeah.
The following day. Jesus. Okay. The
which Jesus?
The reincarnated Jesus,
okay.
Number 5.
Okay, all right. Number 5 is alive.
I like to think of that as being like a Jesus convention, kind of like guys who dress up like Elvis.
The Elvis impersonators.
Yeah, it's like Jesus impersonators all in Florida.
Hey, baby, why don't you bring out some loaves and fishes?
Where'd you get your sandals? Nice. All right. The following day, we received a text message saying that he's on our property. The restaurant manager explains he put a balloon in our grease trap and he's not going to remove it until we pay. Well, yeah, pay up. If we leave the balloon in there, it could overflow the restaurant with water, dirty water from the grease trap.
Or just, don't turn on the water and that won't happen.
Yeah, it would be remarkably similar to when your grease trap was clogged.
Yes. Thank you. Have a great baby to all. I hope you all have a great baby. Friend of the channel, great babies.
The other thing is that, I mean, unless he just didn't empty the clog, in which case it wouldn't have been, it would have been noticeable before 3 days. It means that you have staff that are probably flushing stuff in the grease trap that they shouldn't, and he's not responsible for that. That's why they don't offer warranties for drain cleaning.
Yeah. Agreed.
Let's see. I don't have a magic wand I can wave and remove all the garbage and debris from the drain line. What we can do is snake it. We can make sure that it's open and working correctly, which is what we did. Police officers came to the restaurant to mediate upon the restaurant owner's request. Evansville Police Department Public Information Officer Anthony something says these matters are normally settled in small claims court. Frankly, it's not worth me pursuing it in court. He says it's not worth my time. It's just not worth it for me. Well, because you're probably going to lose. Because like when a guy does a service and you don't pay it, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying take justice.
No.
The
guy who didn't. It was the plumber that.
No, it was the plumber saying he wasn't going to take it. Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Well, and the bigger thing, you can win. That doesn't mean that you collect the money. Congrats, you have a judgment.
Yeah.
All right.
And now you have to.
Now you have to collect the money.
Well, and the lawyer's going to cost him more than $300.
As small claims, he can represent himself. But again, that's time. And as we've seen, he makes a pretty good hourly salary. So I'll just put this balloon here and solve this myself.
Yeah, I mean, there are dangers to being a stingy asshole.
Oh, and guess what? Blockage worked. The restaurant says the bill they handed over ultimately was marked paid under protest. Well, thank you, but you still paid, didn't you?
Good one. I threw this one on the show simply because I knew you were going to be on here, and I knew you were just going to uncork a verbal ass whooping. Let's see. Now Gen Z workers are too terrified to make phone calls, forcing top finance firm to introduce training on challenging conversations.
Oh, sweet Jesus, let me be one of those
Emperor,
trainers.
your thoughts?
Let me be one of those trainers.
I would love to see that.
The funny thing is they were like writing research articles on this 15 years ago about the fact that when kids started getting their own cell phones, they didn't know how to make doctor's appointments because they weren't ever listening to parents do it. When you had a landline, you had to and you wanted to call your friends, you had to call and talk to their parents first, which meant you learned how to be reasonable on a phone conversation.
Yep.
And that these were all skills that were getting lost with texting and cell phone use. And I remember reading an article 15 years ago that said this will be a problem if we don't do something. And we didn't do something.
Well, I can only imagine some of those kids growing up and having to call the doctor and be like, "Yeah, I got a serious situation here," and they're like, "Well, what do you need the doctor for?" And like, "A guy put a syringe in my dick."
I was used to it. I was like,
seriously, they don't even need to have just have them work in a call center for 2 days, and they'll be over that shit. They'll get all of their
throw the kid in the pool to teach them to swim, right?
Yeah.
Like
I love the new training in response to concerns of the digital generation lack the soft skill. No, they look soft. They got all the skills for softness.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
It always reminds me of that video of that very effeminate man like crying in the back of a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Like, there's not enough people.
Oh my God!
We're 20 orders behind. Oh,
That's what you wanted, Don Corleone. You can act like a man and slap him.
Well, and crying on the back is not gonna speed up your processing.
Yeah,
actually, anything, you're slowing it down because now you're taking one more body out of the scenario.
Yeah,
like I HR always puts us through like those stupid like things that you have to go through, and one is like de-escalation of difficult conversations, right? But this is just picking up the fucking phone. Like, this is not like, you know.
My training would be very easy. Are you afraid of that phone? Are you more afraid of being homeless?
Here,
you better pick up that fucking phone and do your job.
Or order a pizza, dickhead.
Yeah.
There you go. Problem solved. We did it.
I was like, if you ain't on that phone and talking to people in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna be kicking your ass clean out of this office.
I said, Goodwin, we need to start a service. I'll do it for free. I just need to start going on college campuses and punching people in the forehead.
Yes.
We'll just
the random slap. Take like a running start at some of them.
It'd be like that scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail when Lancelot is running. They just see you coming from like 7 miles away.
Yeah.
They're like, what's going to happen now?
Gen Z entering the workforce would rather communicate by text or email. How many Gen Zers do you know that will do email?
Thanks for stopping in, Ron. Or I don't know if your name's actually Ron, but
Ron is right.
Yeah,
Wait, I mean, these people right here, I guarantee you on their first day, because that's a call center right there. They're over that shit. Probably your first or second call is going to be some weird ass shit that happens in a call center.
Yeah, you know, that will toughen you up. That will thicken your skin.
Yeah, I did telemarketing in high school, man. I got good real quick.
Yeah, especially when you got like the late afternoon shift. You're calling people at fucking dinner time. You're gonna learn some life lessons.
I could top that shit. Imagine having to call people in California during the morning shift. That's even worse because now you're calling people that are not even awake yet, and it's 10 a.m. and you're just like, oh yeah, it's a good time. You wake their ass up. They're pissed off, but they're from California, so you can't tell that they're pissed off.
I don't really appreciate this.
Like, why are you calling me, dude? Like, it's like 7 a.m., man.
Well, shut up about my shit.
I wasn't supposed to get up for like another 4, 5, 6, 12 hours.
I've been asleep for 11 days.
We'll buy this shit and make it 12.
Young people have hindered Britain's effort to gather accurate data about its worklessness crisis because they won't answer the phone.
Well, to be fair, I don't answer the phone either unless I know who the hell's calling.
If it's not behind a paywall, can we do that one about OnlyFans versions Kardashian career move? Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, what is this? OnlyFans version.
Yeah, it's not behind it. It's not behind a paywall. Nice. Oh, no, it is.
Well,
they
either way, friend of the channel, whores.
Yes.
We couldn't have one episode without at least mentioning that whores exist.
I'm gonna see if I can find that article on not a paywall. Hold on.
Let's see what Jakey Poo had to say. I had a job canvassing houses for a home improvement company for a couple of years. You want to talk about fighting an uphill battle, dude?
Yeah. So I worked at R.L. Polk. They did city directories, and so the first pass on getting information is people walking around doing canvassing, and then we had to call to confirm the data. That was I was like, I mean, I know those canvassers are having a hard job, but sometimes they're just making some shit up. And then when we have to call, it's like, so you have 5 kids? Man, I ain't got any kids. What the hell are you talking? Oh, all right. Let me just update that information.
I might be able to get at least part of this article. Give me a second here. I might have a workaround.
One of the worst things that I ever had to do when I first started in radio, I started in promotions, and I worked for 97.1 The Ticket, and that was like the premier Detroit like sports, news channel, and we had to do a grand reopening of a Big Boys, so it was already a Big Boy.
There's nothing grand about a Big Boy.
Broadcasting live from this Big Boys, and all we were doing was upsetting the elderly regulars. We're like, "Can you turn that down?" And we're like, "No, we're actually like being paid to be here." You have lost me as a listener, sir. It's like, shut up and order your Slim Jim, okay, Mabel? All right.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Turn down your hearing aid?
Yeah. Come on.
Don't worry. This article's dumb anyway. It's just like, I'm gonna sell my virginity.
Well, it is on the Daily Mail.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well, the workaround is you get basically like a 2 to 3 second window where you can see the article, and if you screenshot it really fast, you can.
Yep. All right.
It wasn't even worth the screenshot.
I'm gonna pose this to everyone. Does anybody give a shit that Will Smith just put it out now?
Hell no.
How long can this this introspective be? Like, I slapped a guy. It was
well. I think he's taking like the third lap of putting his head up his own ass. Right? He's
like, I finally got out of my cuck chair.
Yeah. That's a lie. That is a lie. That man is a lifetime.
I mean,
cuck.
people had stopped talking about that for a while. You'd think he would just let it go.
Well, that's the problem.
Well,
That means they were talking. They weren't talking about him.
Every time,
I mean, if I had to choose between,
his wife would say something even dumber and be like, "Yeah, and I slept with somebody else as well," and it was like, "Okay, well."
I was gonna say, if I had to choose between people not talking about me and making fun of me because my spouse was sleeping around on me, guess which one I'd pick.
I do like. I can't remember if it was Jaden or the other Smith kid who said like, "I'm not famous because of my parents."
Willow.
And I was like, "Yeah, no, you did it. You got it all on your own talent,
Willow,
did you?" Yeah, Willow. And then Jaden's like, "I'm a haunted house." And you're like, "What is going on? What is your story? Where did they grow you?"
I mean, his mom is banging his best friend. That's gotta fuck a kid up.
Yeah.
I mean
also, like, how do you discipline someone after that? She's like, "Go to your room." And you're like, "Stop fucking my friends."
Jaden's mom has got it going on.
Friend of the channel, alopecia.
No, it's G.I. Jane. What are you talking about?
Yeah, G.I. Jane.
There is a spoof on Stacy's mom that goes, something's wrong with Stacy's mom. Something's definitely wrong with Jaden's mom.
Oh my God, that reminds me. I just saw a news article about a teacher who got busted for having sex with 6 students at once, and her defense is she lost 150 pounds, and apparently it affected her in some way.
Friend of the channel, dietary needs are not met.
Yep. She was paying between $100 and $800 per student to get them all in for one big party. This happened several times. By the way, they all came over. She put her kids to bed, then had the gangbang, and she made them wear scream masks.
What? So we found this one as well.
Sure.
What do you say?
I'm looking it up.
Okay. Here's a great headline because
Yep, she looks like somebody who would want people with scream masks.
Yeah, yep.
Authorities say babysitter checked under the bed for monsters and found someone.
Oh yeah, I saw this one too.
Here, you want me to forward you the article?
Please do.
Here, I'm gonna put it in the. I found a good. This one's got better pictures and stuff. So here, it's in the private chat. Oh, it's gonna do that fucking stupid ads shit. I'll do the same thing I did before. Hold on.
While he's doing that, let's talk about the boogeyman.
In Kansas. I know where this is.
Oh my God.
This is about 30 miles from where I grew up.
The myth of the boogeyman hiding under the bed came true for one Kansas family this week after child's complaint led to man's arrest. Oh, so this is right in your neck of the woods, eh?
Yeah, Great Bend.
Wow, I'm just getting everybody covered today. Or, you know, I like to be thorough and make sure that I'm checking out.
Yep.
The unnamed
apparently you don't need to do a because when I re-clicked it, it just opened up.
Yeah, it just came up for me. I didn't have any ad block when I saw it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I guess it was just saying I could join, kind of thing.
Yeah,
like, would you like to read this article for free, or would you like to pay us to read it?
Let's see. I'm gonna go with fuck no for 500, please.
Yeah.
Like I would ever want to give a journalist money. Let's see. We'll talk about this one and then we'll jump right into that story because that just sounds wild. Let's see here.
I'd love this. So, if nothing else, as the kid, you tell the babysitter, there's a monster under your bed. And she's like, no, that's not there. There's nothing under the bed. And she looks under, and yes, there was. As a kid later, you'd be like, I told you so.
Yeah.
You act like you know everything.
He's going to have trust issues for the rest of his life.
Either he's going to have a superiority complex.
Yeah. I know all about the monsters.
Mhm.
Not bad. When the victim, or said, when the unnamed babysitter told authorities that she was getting the kids ready for bed, one complained about a monster under their bed. Her efforts to reassure them otherwise did not go as planned. When the victim attempted to show the child there was nothing under the bed, she came face to face with a male suspect who was hiding there, the sheriff's office statement said. An altercation ensued with the babysitter, and one child was knocked over in the struggle. The suspect was a 27-year-old man who once lived at the residence, the statement says, and who was under protection from abuse order that required him to stay away from the property. So it sounds like he's got like an unhealthy relationship with this previous home. You know,
like an obsession with the house or something.
Yeah. It was like that one guy, the watcher or whatever, who kept like he was just like obsessed with the house, and he kept sending like crazy. Yeah, it didn't matter, and you know he'd be like, oh, you shouldn't change the furniture in this room. You know,
what's weird is that he apparently had been charged with domestic battery and protection or abuse and all that sort of stuff. So I assume he was in a relationship with the mom.
Or someone in the house anyway.
And that's why he, in which case, the fact that the kid was like, yeah, the boogeyman is under my bed, as opposed to, hey, mom's ex-boyfriend is under the bed.
Let's see. In 2016. Okay. So this appears to be, pretty cut and dry. The guy was like hiding under the bed. But I just think it was, funny.
I hope the babysitter kicked his ass.
I think it would have been funnier if he would have been hiding in the closet. That would have opened up so many more jokes.
Yeah.
Yes. But
there's a man in my closet. There's no man in your closet that she opens up. Get out of there. Come out of the closet. You got to get out of the closet.
The babysitter has man out of the closet. Oh my God.
Babysitter helps previous occupant out of closet.
Yeah, out of the closet. Come out of the closet. Yep.
Okay, so he fled the scene. Deputies arrived on Monday night, but was spotted in the area after a short foot pursuit. Was taken into custody the next morning.
Oh, it looks like he's going to establish a long-term relationship with the.
Yeah, that is a mess of charges.
Yeah.
What's weird is he was
arrested.
He was arrested on charges, but we're not giving his name because we can't determine whether or not he was charged.
Well, some states can't give the name until someone's effectively or officially convicted, or at least on trial. Like
no, so Kansas is not one of those. This shit would show up in the police blotter, but they may be holding it because they don't want to identify the victims.
That's a possibility too.
Right, but what it says is we're not giving his name because we can't tell whether or not he's been charged. But then they immediately go on to say he was charged.
To protect the stupid, the names have been changed.
Yeah. The names have been changed to protect the ignorant.
Uncle Weirdo is under the bed again.
Yeah, Uncle Weirdo is chat's been giving me gold.
Uncle Weirdo, friend of the channel.
Friend of the channel, Uncle Weirdo.
Yeah.
Always good to see him. All right, let's get this crazy shit that you guys were talking about.
When you see one of the pictures in the article, it actually starts to make a little bit more sense.
It does. That's not her.
Yeah. That's not her.
Oh, I was
hold on.
That is.
No, keep scrolling. It starts to make a little bit more
sense.
Yeah.
When you get to the blotter.
But then here is where it stops making sense.
Yeah.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yep.
This is about the most juxtaposed situation ever.
All right, let's
just keep it on that picture.
And she threatened to kill herself if the students ever told anybody.
Yeah, she was also paying. She was paying for dick pics.
The married teacher accusing.
Whoa. Yeah, how'd you like to be the husband?
Fun fact about my hometown. Anybody could look this up. I'm from Sayreville, New Jersey. I don't live there anymore, so I don't care. I haven't lived there in years. But the prom queen of my graduating class inevitably ended up as a teacher back at our school and was having relations with special needs students.
Oh no!
Yeah, she was the prom queen, head cheerleader. You can look this all up. I mean, it's
had a roll in the hay with Forrest Gump, eh?
Yeah, basically. And I was like, man, all those years, everyone tried to figure out how to get with her, and it turned out you just had to be an underage retarded guy, and you would have been fine.
You make my heart smile. Get over here.
So you're saying I have a chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously I don't live in that town anymore, so I don't mind mentioning that it's my hometown. But yeah, that's one of our claims to fame. That, and it's the hometown of Bon Jovi. Those are our two things. I don't know which of those is worse, though.
We're not sure if these are related in any way.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, that first picture makes sense out of the article. Like a lot of sense out of the article.
Yes.
And then the second one is like, well, which version were they paying?
No, she was paying them.
Or which version were they accepting it for, you know?
Oh yeah, she allegedly spent
$600 on him and a group of boys.
Yeah.
Like right there, that is the face of a person I would expect this from.
Yes.
Above, not so much. Like I cannot think that if she was walking around looking like the one above, she was hard up for dick at any point in her life at going now.
Well,
but one.
I think she may have had some larger concerns because she's having 13-year-olds wear scream masks and have sex with her.
Yeah.
for
So that's
money.
Here's the thing. So here's
that
the
she
thing
will
is,
pay them.
The reason why I brought up the woman from my that I graduated with and all that stuff is because sometimes when there's like this psychological phenomenon, I don't know if there's a name for it, especially if you end up as a teacher in the city or like near where you grew up, it kind of like basically throws you back.
Yeah, you regress.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a specific term for that, but I'm sure.
It's called being fucked in the head.
Race her head.
Yeah, Sammy, the next line down is going to get grosser.
Yeah, she likes a bunch of grapes.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's like right barely there. I can see it there.
Oh,
she's a wine. She's a wine connoisseur. She likes things made of grape.
Yep. She blamed the perversion on her 150-pound weight loss.
Just let it happen is.
So I guess those body positivity people had it right.
So when someone says like, "Well, why did you take the money?" Well, because I
lost about 20 pounds.
She was doing it whether I took the money or not.
So I'm trying to I'm trying to figure out the psychosis behind this, and all I'm coming up with is that she probably was extremely heavy her whole life. I'm guessing.
Yeah, there's some self-esteem shit. She lost some weight. She suddenly, I
Like,
want to be
obviously
desired.
Not it. This is clearly fucking disgusting behavior.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm trying to wrap my head around the thought process one might go through here.
There are two things about this that make it even worse. One, they will not be able to actually charge her with her love of wine because it is the rules on that for boys and men are
I hate
the same.
I hate this rule.
And they're really horrible. And the other one is that if she gets
look at what Bush just said. Hold on. The most recent thing he just said. No, the next one down.
No, she lost weight because they used to outrun her.
If
I'm
she
sorry,
gets
Joe, go ahead.
If she gets pregnant by the kids that she assaulted, they will still have to pay child support their entire lives.
Yep.
You'll have 13-year-olds paying child support to their assaulter if she gets knocked up.
Do they like make a special exemption, like that kid can go work the mines now? Is that like how that works? Because he doesn't have a job.
If child is adopted or something, then they're off the hook.
Oof. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm just like I said, I was trying to like wrap my head around this, and the best is not the term, but the closest thing I can come up with is that she was always super overweight, and probably losing the weight. It was almost like snapping back to like, well, like if I was like this when I was younger, I would have gotten all this attention in school. That's the only thing I could come up with. It's fucking.
You shouldn't be banging guys at 13.
I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just trying to understand it.
No. I'm saying she shouldn't be trying to justify it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, so the thing is there's while we tend to blanket certain psychoses into PDF files, there are philias that also include teenage people.
Like she's locked in that point of her brain.
Right. Yeah. Well, or again, it's just, something happened. Here you go.
Well, but the thing is that if this had been a guy that did it to a bunch of teenagers, we wouldn't be trying to figure out his psychosis. We'd be
no, they'd just be like, he's a fucking pervert and lock him the hell up. Yes. And that's the thing is that the rate of offending for female teachers is through the roof, and not just because there are a ton of female teachers.
And why were none of these teachers attractive when I was in high school? What's going on?
Yeah. We did actually have a teacher that was like 26 that was sleeping with a senior.
Female juvenile corrections officers too. They're discovering have a really, really terrible.
Yes.
Yeah. There are a lot of terrible women out there, and we're just figuring out now because the idea has always been, well, like teenage guys always want it, so it doesn't really count somehow.
It's like, excuse me, Siri, have women discovered accountability yet? No? Okay.
No, sorry. Maybe next year.
Siri's not answering that. She's a woman.
She's like, you're an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, there's been the belief that, well, women don't do that. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Do they still have brains? Can they still be miswired? Then guess what?
Goat was sort of saying it that the definition of grape, which is one of the few words I will censor on YouTube because I don't.
Yeah.
But the definition by its very wording essentially takes a lot of women off the hook.
The closest you'll get is like statutory, right? Where it's just they were below age of consent.
Men literally could not be victims until 2012. Like that is how recent that's changed. And she will be charged with forced to penetrate, not grape.
Yeah, and it's certain states have changed it because that's another state by state thing where it's like there's the definition changes in certain states because this state, this age of consent is 16, this one's 18, this one's 15. It's like, why do we not have a national version of this?
It's never 13.
Yeah, it's never 13. That's a good but I'm just saying, like, why don't we have a national definition of this? Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, why do we have this?
Because we're a federal system.
Yeah, I was blessed in never having a
And even if you are over the age of 18, like for the sake of argument, you turn 18 in your senior year, it's still like one of those scenarios where the person is in a position of power above you. So
absolutely, it's completely inappropriate and it's disgusting.
Inappropriate, yes, but it ceases being a criminal issue.
Yeah.
Except that she apparently is forcing them. Period. I mean,
right. Well, she's not forcing all of them.
This topic has killed the chat. I think we should move on.
We'll bring it back.
I know it's depressing, but it is a very under-recognized thing that makes me very angry.
I agree. It is.
The thing that really caught my attention reading the headline was the Scream mask.
Jury convicts thief who stole the golden toilet from the
Thank God.
From English.
Thank God our long international nightmare is over.
Yes. That is.
You think I got the keys to the golden crapper? You're crazy. Oh wait, no, I do.
I would love. Do you think like when they noticed that the golden toilet was stolen, someone like walked into the bathroom and went, "Oh my"?
The funny thing is that despite the fact that this was a completely working toilet, my understanding is it was made as an art piece.
I like to think that when the person who stole it replaced it with a Pyrex, or not Pyrex, sorry, pyrite.
Yeah, it's iron pyrite instead. Yeah,
it's iron pyrite.
Actually, I think it was the plumber because they didn't pay their bill, and
I like to think he was like, I will fool them with this fool's gold.
Exactly.
Toilet.
Well, they were foolish enough to buy a gold toilet.
Well, I mean, it's 18
carat
work of art.
Jesus, that thing had to be heavy as hell.
Yeah, dude. You should just let them go.
Okay, so at first, because you said that it must have been heavy as hell, and I started reading. I was like, 5 million pounds, and I realized it was a British article.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Whoever it is, I'm not going to bother trying to arrest him. That motherfucker can lift 5 million pounds.
Superman jailed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like apparently the Incredible Hulk has jacked this fucking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, who doesn't want a solid gold toilet? Free press, strong democracy. The AP. Friend of the channel, strong democracy.
There you go. I love that.
It was actually my porn name in the 90s.
Strong democracy.
Strong democracy or friend of the channel.
Both.
Both.
I'm known by many names.
It was like a Stephen King, Richard Bachman type.
Yeah.
My nom de guerre.
Nom de guerre.
They smashed the window, pried the toilet from its plumbing within 5 minutes. Okay, so it wasn't particularly. As a person who's done demolitions of houses, that's pretty efficient. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, all you have are like 2 bolts. You just.
I like the day before the theft, prosecutors said he described the experience as splendid.
I mean, how often do you get to shit in a solid gold toilet?
Or steal one?
Mean, yeah.
How do you even sell that?
He didn't say whether or not the experience of stealing it was splendid. He just said that using it was splendid.
Here's the thing. How do you sell that? How do you bring someone and be like, hey, you take that down to a pawn shop and you're like, I got something for you. Like, how is someone even going to what do they appraise that at?
Oh, I'm getting out my turkey fryer and I'm going to melt that thing down.
Yeah, you got Rick from Pawn Stars. Like the
best I can do is 250.
Yeah.
The best I can do is 250.
I'm gonna bring in a guy.
First, I gotta clean the toilet, and then I gotta it's not a huge
I'm gonna bring in.
market.
I have a special.
These aren't as rare as you think. They're people just don't really want them these days.
I got a specialist I'm gonna bring in. He knows toilets very well.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
Clogged someone's toilet who refused to pay him.
Exactly. Yeah.
The last line is. Somebody used all their journalism skill for that last line.
Oh,
the purloin putty.
Yeah,
that sounds like a superhero from the 30s.
It certainly does. We're gonna shake it up.
Rejected Arthur Conan Doyle story on Sherlock Holmes. Case of the purloined putty.
Like, it could only be it's 2:30 hour. Means it's time for the weather report, and we have our lovely eclectic goat sent us was nice enough, even though like she's only running on like 2 hours of sleep, still found the time to give us a weather report.
I got 2.5 hours. I mean,
okay.
Look at you sleeping.
I mean, she should have had plenty of time. She didn't spend it sleeping, so we should be good. Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a look.
Well, Sammy, it happens every spring. We just get feeling good that spring is coming, my bed of roses begins to bud, and gardeners begin putting their order in for seeds. However, I can see clearly now that we may have thought spring is here, but instead we have a late winter, early spring mess. We've had the last beautiful day we're going to get for a while, and after the storm we had this weekend, Mr. Blue Sky won't be around for at least the next week. With it this cloudy, it's so dark out it looks like Zack Snyder chose the color palette. Back to you, Sammy.
Excellent. Never fails. Never fails. Let's see.
I suddenly have slow motion rain and hail and wind, like I'm looking out Sammy's window, but Zack Snyder's directing the weather.
Oh, nice.
It was the only thing I could think of this afternoon. It was so dark, like mid-afternoon, that I was like, this is like a Zack Snyder scene.
There's not enough grain, though.
Yeah, we need more grain there.
Yeah.
It's a grain storm.
Oh, my God.
And other tragic news that I read. Guys, Johnny Mathis is retiring. I didn't even know that Johnny Mathis is still alive, but...
Yeah, he retired from my consciousness for decades ago.
Fucking Christmas songs that I hear over and over and over.
Who's Johnny Mathis? I'm sorry.
He's an old school crooner that just kept going.
Yeah. Man of indeterminate race.
Yeah.
Johnny Mathis.
Yeah, he could be anything.
Yeah, he's all the race.
Yes.
Memory issues at 89. Which have accelerated.
Yeah, just say he's fucking 89.
Hey, he's going to be performing in the Bergen Performing Arts Center in Inglewood, New Jersey.
Well, you better catch it now. It's final concert.
Catch it before they shit all over that place.
Yep.
Yeah. Mathis has been one of the most enduring of all concert performance, still on the road. Have been actively touring artists since he released his self-titled album in 1956.
I would like to point out the Bergen Performing Arts Center has the single worst chairs, the most uncomfortable chairs ever in that place. They've not updated them, at least the last time I was there, has to be since the Vietnam War.
But the coffee's great.
Coffee's great, though. It's got Adderall in it.
Yeah, a little Viagra.
Viagra.
Yeah, it's mostly the body hair on the seats that are really annoying.
Another thing, too, when you're 89, you put out your first album in 56, your fan base has got to be dwindling a little bit, right? Like, not a lot of true blue Mathis heads running around anymore.
Oh, blue would absolutely be the color.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of blue-haired Mathis heads.
You know what? Fuck it.
I don't know.
Channel Johnny Mathis.
It feels like one of those things that, like, I don't know, want to be like 20-somethings that are like, I want to prove that I
the hipsters would show up.
Yeah. I love all this, music that no one else even remembers exists. It seems like they'd be popular with that crowd.
Oh man, I think we all remember where we were when he earned a mid-show standing ovation from about 1,500 concert goers with his rendition of Moon River.
Yeah, I was in the Mystic Lake Casino showroom in Prior Lake. I think it was earlier March. Who the fuck is Gary Mule Deer, and why did he do an unusual mid-concert comedy set?
He's like, stop singing, Johnny. I got some jokes to tell. Well, all right. I'm sure one of my elderly.
Well, that's quite the description. Hunched over, the singer, who now looks like Lorne Greene's kid brother with collarbone, silver and rust hair, moved gingerly throughout his 75 minutes on stage.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta get out at the right time though, because you don't want to be like who was it?
Pretty much every performer ever.
No, Jersey Boys. What the hell is his name?
Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli. They're like, if you saw videos of him,
oh god,
recently, where I mean, they are just stringing his ass up like a puppet.
Yeah, it was Disney animatronic Frankie Valli.
He doesn't even appear to be singing.
Yeah,
it was kind of like a few years ago when they had at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium on Thanksgiving, they had Dolly Parton, and she had to hold on to. They had her in a cowboy cheerleader uniform, and they had to put a pole up for her to hold on to so she could stand. And I was like, did they really just put Dolly Parton on a pole?
Well, to be fair, she's always needed some sort of support to stand because her balance is not optimal given.
But I'm just saying, with the outfit, it looked like she was the single oldest stripper ever.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say though, like I saw Leonard Cohen just a couple of years before he died. He was like 79, and his performance was still amazing.
So I saw Jeff Lynne on his farewell tour, and I saw him like 5 years prior, and there was a huge like dropping off point. Like he was actually starting to show his age when like 5 years prior so I think he was I think he's 69. So when I saw him when he was 64, he sounded impeccable. He sounded just how you would imagine him to sound, and like started there's very few artists that can hit that threshold and tour as long.
Yeah, well, I mean, Leonard Cohen is already using a cheat code because he sings solo anyway. Losing the highs was never a problem for Mr. Cohen.
It was it's like a Bob Dylan thing. It was never really about the.
When you consider that he went into a monastery for ages and hadn't been touring or singing until his agent ripped him off and he was forced back into it. Yeah. It's kind of impressive he was able to come back and do that, though. But he was really good. His voice, I think, was actually deeper than it was when he was younger.
Well, that tends to happen, yeah.
He was really funny. Like, he had really good stage presence. Some woman in the audience at one point screamed, "I love you, Leonard!" And he just sort of leans over and he's like, "If you could please leave your name and phone number with the usher on your way out."
Yeah.
One time I went to go see. It was a great concert too. It was Paul Simon and Elvis Costello, and Paul Simon's the only person that I've ever seen do this. He stopped playing and he wouldn't start playing again until they got rid of the beach ball. He's like, "Can we kill the ball? It's distracting." And I was like, "Yeah, this tracks for Paul Simon."
Yeah.
Hey guys, the answer is family, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Okay, we covered it. We did it.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I thought this was hilarious. Police animal control assists with cows. Spotted grazing in Natick.
That's just Eclectic Goat's front yard. That's all that is. There's
Eclectic Goat's like, it's just another day.
Yeah, I mean the hipsters have gotten tired.
My yards aren't that green, but.
Yeah, the hipsters have gotten tired of just free-range chickens now. They're stepping up their game. They're going with free-range cattle.
Trixie and Mac were the two cows. It says they went on a little adventure, which actually it said Trixie and Mac decided to take a little adventure. Sounds like a wonderful children's book.
Kind of does,
like
actually.
Romeo and Michelle go to their high school reunion or something. It's.
You can tell that this was a slow day at their office because that's the whole article.
This may have been their biggest news item entirely. It's
it's slow for them, great for me.
They reached out to the cows for comment, but they were not available.
Have you ever seen the meme of the police report where some dog attacked a wild duck and they called animal control and the police and everything? There's actually a police report that says the duck refused treatment and was released.
I've heard that one before. Yes, I've heard.
I've seen it. It's an actual, like, you can actually see the police report.
Well, I mean, I didn't see the police report, but I've heard of it. Like I heard it, like when I used to listen to like morning news when I would drive into school when I was younger, because I remember hearing one of those a long time back. Let's see, when was I wonder when that was.
Speaking of slow news days,
did they file this under the case of the curious cows?
Lost beaver found on sidewalk in Hillsborough relocated. Here's the culprit. Here's the bastard right here.
Oh, it was an actual beaver. Okay.
Yeah, apparently it was 14 years ago.
I'll do it again.
That article.
You motherfuckers. I can't
go.
imagine.
Apparently that was 14 years ago when the duck refused medical treatment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I knew I heard that when I was like in college.
It's a great meme though, so it just keeps going around.
Therapy. I read that wrong. I thought it was therapy for cats.
Actually, I think this is great because what more people need in therapy is like, "Fuck you, I don't care." which is
I love the fact that they said on there that we believe that cats with social attachment will be useful. And I was like, well, show me one.
I mean, that's really the therapy that an awful lot of people need, is just like, fuck you.
Yeah, you're not important. I don't give a shit.
Feed me and move on with your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe those Gen Zers who are afraid of using the phone, we could get some cats to ignore their bullshit. And
I will say, I used to work with a psychiatrist who would prescribe people cats who came into the hospital like really frequently. And the logic was that if they had to worry about taking care of something else, they'd be less focused on their own crap. And sure enough, a bunch of them like reduced their hospital stays enormously.
was he like the origin of crazy cat ladies?
She and no.
So, well, I mean, okay, you're crazy. You should get a cat. I mean, that seems a bit stereotypical.
It was mainly people who were like super depressed or super anxious, and they didn't have jobs, so they would just sit in their apartments and feel anxious or crazy because they had nothing else to do. And so she gave them something else to pay attention to that, like, they had to get out of bed and feed every day, and it made them better.
Maybe they should have got an eviction notice instead.
Too much time on their hands is very frequently super bad for people with certain types of mental health disorders.
It's pretty bad for everybody.
It is, but it's especially bad for some people.
I mean,
that's why they should get an eviction notice.
I mean, goats. It could have been worse. She could have prescribed them goats.
I feel like if you lose a beaver, maybe you don't deserve a beaver.
That's true. Look, if you love it, set it free. It'll come back to you.
Damn. All right. Guys, we got about 15 minutes left to go here. So we're going to get to our final segment. So as you guys know, I've been undercover going on maybe a month and a half now. I made a Blue Sky account. Yes, I went back undercover. I am Frumble Riz Cakes, just a simple dinosaur out to fight social injustice. And it's a little segment that we on the show like to call Undercover Blue Sky.
Undercover blue sky. Undercover blue sky. On the beat, making the scene, taking in the sights. It's an echo chamber for little bitches. Undercover blue sky. Undercover blue sky.
Oh, we are back, my friends, with Undercover Blue Sky.
I loved this segment the last time I was here. It was excellent.
So let's see. Someone repost. Oh my God, I'm starting to get followers on Blue Sky by doing absolutely nothing.
17 followers. Yeah.
Wow, we are growing in popularity. Let's see. Oh, we got some alerts.
I think someone should paint a swastika on this bitch right now.
I don't even.
Oh yeah, it's a Cybertruck.
That's a hell of a paint job, though. I'll tell you that.
I don't even remember posting this.
I do. I was here.
I like I said, I only go.
Your trademark, your trademark
once a
fingernail
week.
polish is there.
Oh yeah, you got to have the finger mark emoji. Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah. Adam was like, "You don't have to treat me with kid gloves." I was like, "Okay, well, if you want to come on show and fuck around," it was just, I'm not gonna have a conniption fit. Also, we were having a grand old time just doing our own thing anyway. So, good morning, Guns Bongos. Happy Catterday. Cool.
I mean, your dinosaur is definitely a cat lady, so
100%. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'll give you guys the parameters. We are supposed to be like a woman from of indeterminate age, but anywhere from like 49 to 62, just and who favors the nail painting emoji. So we had some good ones. What were
oh yeah, R.I.P. Richard Chamberlain.
Oh, Richard Chamberlain died?
Yep.
All right, Elon was he's always fun.
I completely forget that this website even exists.
Yeah, I mean,
so does the rest of humanity.
Everybody who like migrated to it has also like pretty much made their way back to Twitter.
Yeah,
because they found their fellow travelers insufferable.
Let's type Twitter. Let's just see. The best of dying Twitter.
Oh, thank God.
Let's see. Haha. Elon has unfollowed Kanye.
Oh no.
Friendship ended.
And then, just for good measure, painting your nails emoji.
What I love about that response is you could be saying it's about time he leave Twitter, or it's about time that Elon unfriended him.
Yeah, you got to keep it open ended.
90 Day Fiance. What the fuck?
Yeah, why not?
Is this some BS?
Doesn't always have to be
reality
political.
TV show that I'm going to just mock?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, you have to get married. You meet each other, you get married in 90 days, right? Or I don't know.
You need to berate this person for ageism.
Well, oh, the first one?
No, is it just me, or does Mark look just as old as his parents?
We show with the ageism, please. Yeah, there you go.
Painted fingernails.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
it's important. Oh my God, using dead names. Oh, we got to respond to that. No, it's down. So rude and insensitive of them to constantly using Alia's dead name. I too was shocked.
Perfect.
The TOO.
No, leave it that is. No, leave it.
I thought that these were allies.
Yeah, you can't. Proper grammar not required.
Yeah.
WUT.
Yeah.
Maybe the painting your nails emoji.
WUT, not WHA.
Yeah. That's far too well spelled. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
You definitely need to be the 60-year-old that still uses text speak.
My favorite thing about it is how long the ats are on Blue Sky. It first of all, and that's with them taking it and shortening it to B Sky.
Oh, you got to look up. You got to look up. The Douglas had changed into Alia. No, bitch, that's not how it works. Alia finally felt comfortable enough to be her authentic self. Words matter. Preach, sister.
And painting your nails emoji.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta hit him with the painting your nails emoji.
Yeah.
No, nothing's triggering me.
I think
guys.
Katie Cat is living a very sheltered life.
I don't think you can force yourself to be attracted to a woman if you aren't.
Motherfucker, get married.
right. Oh,
damn it! No nails. Oh,
son
my
of a
God.
bitch.
Oh, it's like it doesn't even exist now.
Oh,
I mean, to be fair, they've been telling us for years that, whether or not you're attracted to members of the same sex or the opposite sex is not a choice. So to then turn around and say,
I don't know, but Sailor Twift is just asking for us to comment. Maybe not under this account.
Mind blown. And also painting your nails emoji.
Yeah. Wish we could get more 90-day finance posters spelled wrong. For Nazi X, it's too quiet here. I'd be like, oh, allow me to retort.
Yeah, I know, right? Undress for a facial.
I mean, some people just pull down their pants for that kind of thing, but I like to go full nude.
Painted your nails emoji.
Thank God.
There's an art. It's
oh shit.
All right.
Shakina.
I know.
Yeah, that's out. Shakina should know this shite is so inconsiderate. She should have got a big place or better setup before he got there. I don't know who the hell Shakina is, but she about to get lit the fuck up.
I assume that they are figuring we would have read the article.
Don't be ridiculous.
Reverse the name, though, and make it Shanika. Be like, I've been telling everybody about Shanika.
I'm not.
I mean, if you really reverse it, it sounds like Hanukkah, and we all know what that means.
Problematic.
Yeah, exactly. I support paleo diet.
Don't even.
Sarper and my God, these names.
I know.
Somebody's parents needed to be beat.
Oh, let's see. I think we got time for one more. Vibes is always funny.
Okay, that's adorable.
Yeah, you almost did it. You almost did it.
Did it again.
God.
Oh, I could. Oh man, it's so cool because I feel like Serpico.
I thought they had a lit cigarette next
Jesus
to that cat
Christ.
for a minute.
Thanks, bro.
Wait, what the fuck was
latest
that?
Morissette vibes.
As a guy who has never had visible abs in his life, that is, I feel represented on that last one. Seriously, no matter how low I got my body fat percentage, they just never showed. I was like, so I just gave up. I was like, that's it. I'm gonna go back to pizza. I don't care about this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I had visible abs into my 30s, but the only way they were actually visible is if you took a lawnmower and removed all of the hair that was covering them up. Then you might.
No, I mean, I used to compete when I was at my peak competition weight. So I'm 6'1", and my peak competition weight, when I was competing every other week, was 165, 170. So I had a really low body fat percentage, and it just didn't. I just never showed visible abs. I was like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, I had them in high school and freshman year of college, and then I discovered beer, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, it's the same thing with me. I was like, you know what? 165, no visible abs. 210, no visible abs. What's the difference?
Yeah, I was like, well, this is too much fun. Okay, so Alanis Morissette vibes, and I said, you ought to know. And of course,
isn't it ironic?
Yes. Blue Flag Guys Tropical Vibe. You know what? I'm just gonna like it. I don't have anything to say.
Nobody wants that.
Javier. And by the way, guys, don't stick your fucking tongue out in a picture, okay? It's It's that who's that guy in Hamilton? They always show him. He does this like in a bunch of his stuff.
The bit bottom lip.
It's like, come on. Oh, couldn't go too fast without like some furry porn, right?
Oh sure,
cool.
I mean, I have to say, from the female perspective,
what the fuck is going on with Blue Sky? It's just a bunch of like twinks advertising themselves.
It's Blue Sky. You knew what you were getting into.
I know, but like vibes, like I didn't think. Okay,
dude, it's gonna be. Oh my Jesus Christ, dear, do something with that belly. That's not right.
I mean,
I've never seen a pointy fupa. Not that I'm like a specimen.
I was distracted by the horrible tattoos. Those are some nasty looking.
Well, look at the canvas they were working on. It's understandable.
Well, actually, probably what happened is that the canvas looked totally different when they went on, and then
the plasters started to sag a bit.
I like that all the male
I like how I've completely derailed the chat into when they had abs still.
Okay. Oh, and another thing, guys, don't wear an actual chain either, like you're a fucking pit bull. Abusive stepdad vibes. Whoa.
I mean, I feel like I need context for that.
Yeah.
I'm also like
the White House
abusive stepdad vibes, and I was like, we understand you have daddy issues. You're on Blue Sky.
It was my nephew's 4th birthday today, and I was talking with a cousin that I rarely get to see, but she was just a quick story, and then we'll cap it off here. But she called me. She was studying in Paris, and this was some years back, and she's like, I just watched this movie. She's there by herself, and he's like, and it really freaked me out. And I was like, what is it? I was just kind of like talking it out. She was like, it's called Taken, and I was like, so you, a girl alone in Paris,
watch Taken? Yeah, that's
about a girl who gets kidnapped.
Well, call somebody else because I ain't got no skills.
She's like,
Okay.
I got the skill to hang up.
So, for the record, that post, "We will find you and we will kill you," is in reference to ISIS jihadists hiding in caves in Somalia.
Yeah. I am, however, more interested in this the Natasha Allegri, where Nomad Men Dude press exited out. The female that thought this up has some great vibes, and she's like, at least Nomad Man Dude appreciates the anti-masculine vibes.
Give that a like. Oh, of course, couldn't go a whole episode on Blue Sky without seeing Hitler, guys. I think we did it. So. Yeah,
he's just saying hi. Look, he's waving at the crowd.
Mine heart goes out to you.
Yes. So, you make me laugh. He's getting ready to slap his thigh.
All right. Retard Nation, 3-tard Nation. I think we did it.
Me tar, you tar, retard nation. Me tar, you tar, retard nation. Me tar, you tar, retard nation. Me tar.
We did it. So, guys, let's plug yourself. Go. Where are you going to be for the rest of the week? Or, the week, because it's the beginning of the week.
I was going to say, are my days that really messed up? Let's see. Tomorrow, you are on my channel for shows you've never seen. We're going to do a makeup for the fact that I was sick earlier in the month, and the fact that there's an extra Monday. So why not? I'm sorry. I'm very distracted by whatever Dark Hour's doing.
I was trying to get my camera to focus.
To refocus.
Dark Hour showing us support for 3-tard Nation.
Yeah.
I just put out. I've been working on divvying up the Slice and Dice live streams into smaller chunks. I'm about halfway through at this point. I just put up another one today. Wednesday is, of course, Slice and Dice. I'm very excited about the fact that I apparently have hit like the pot of gold of like role-playing game creators, because all of a sudden I have this flood of people that have made indie games that are interested in coming on the show. So
nice.
That's very cool. Still working on History of Zombie movies and trying to decide on a shorter project in the meantime, just so that I have something in the works. I'm considering doing a hashtag the book is better for The Martian. But
oh, nice.
I just finished the book and I haven't actually watched the movie yet, so we'll go from there. I think that's it.
Excellent, excellent. Dark Hour, where are you going to be?
You can always find me at my channel. I just actually yesterday you and I did a nice discussion on Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. Today I did Mortal Kombat, the live action movie. This upcoming Sunday we have Uninspired's final show, which was supposed to be originally in May, but he gave me absolutely no time to figure this shit out, so I bumped it up to April. And we're going to do that. I will be dropping a Daredevil video in the next 2 days, only because I was so busy this weekend I wasn't able to finish it. Normally it would have came out tomorrow, but it's going to come probably on Tuesday. Unless I can get it done like really late tomorrow, I'll just drop it. But other than that, probably not another video for a while after that, because this has been quite a month. Starting a new job, losing my co-host during the busiest month of my show, and doing 2 different breakdown videos was a little much for me. So I might take a week or 2 and just, maybe, depending on how the Daredevil video goes, maybe do a 3rd one. And if the show improves or just tanks. If it just stays the course, I may just not do another one.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't there only one left anyway? It's only 8 episodes, right?
No, there's 9 episodes. I've told you this like 30 times. It's 9 episodes.
Yeah.
But I keep looking it up, and it keeps telling me, Google keeps telling me there's only 8. So
no, it's 9. It's for some reason Google doesn't have it right. But
it would still only be one. It would still
one
only
more
be
video.
one
But if the show doesn't, if it just stays where it is and doesn't improve or completely fall off of a cliff at the end, I don't really see the point. I've said all I want to say at that point. It's, if there needs to be something to change, it just stays status quo. There's really no reason for me to continue. Just be like, oh yeah, it's still the same as it was, But that's where you can find me on my channel. Dark Hour, one word.
Excellent, excellent. Emperor, my friend, where are you going to be?
Oh, I'm going to have a good run this week. So yesterday we did The Thing on Niat's channel. Tomorrow with Cannoli, I'll be doing Sin City. And then Wednesday on Jacob Ironside's channel, I get to do They Live.
One of the best fight scenes in the history of movies.
And one of the best after fight scenes where both of them have big swollen faces, because it was like the first time in the 80s that getting punched actually had consequence.
They actually used makeup for a change.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to tell me how to do that.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say somebody needs to teach me how to do the whole rating thing so that I can bump everybody over to Sin City tomorrow.
You go to your studio, customization, and then there's a section for it. Took me a while to figure that out because it's in one of the dumbest spots you could possibly imagine. It's in customization. That's not where I would think you would find that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Adam, the only thing I have to say to you is nobody bothers me.
It's one of the other movies where Keith David just blatantly won't do something where he's not going to put on the glasses, and I can't remember what he wouldn't do in The Thing. But he's like, "Fuck you!"
Oh, you're gonna get tied up on the chair.
Because we just covered it on the show, and I was like, that would totally be me. I would be the dude next to the fucking alien, like freaking out.
Cut me loose, damn it! Cut me the hell loose.
Yeah, you'd think that they would have tied them to separate chairs or something a little bit further apart from each other.
Gary's the worst one. He literally is sitting next to him, and then he's the last one. And he's like, "Now I know you guys have been under a lot of pressure, but I'd rather not spend the rest of this winter tied to this fucking couch."
Yes, that's when we need the ultimate friend of the channel to go like, "Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't."
Yeah, you can. No, not to anybody.
Who you are? You shouldn't.
But not, especially not the aliens.
No.
Yeah.
He's just minding his own business in the ice for like hundreds of years.
Before I go to bed, I am going to pull that clip. Like I just love that guy. He's gonna be sticking around for the news.
Yeah, that has to be whenever you have an article where it's somebody who does something real fucked up.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, don't be doing that.
You should be doing that.
What article was that for? Do we remember?
That was
the chainsaw Florida man that was going to chainsaw combat Trump with.
Honestly, if you just go into your into this, you can just pull it right out of this video. So
yeah, where's?
I'm not sure if you're going to be able to rip that unless that's on YouTube. It's hard to rip some of those like embedded videos.
It is on YouTube, so I will.
Okay, as long as it's on YouTube, you're fine. If it was like an embedded video within their own coding, sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to pull those.
But
guys,
like
somebody who's still using like an HTML based system or something.
Yeah, you need to update your Flash. No, I don't think I will.
I saw this on E-Bomb's World. All right, guys. Thanks so much for stopping in. And chat, thank you. You guys were bringing the heat as usual. You can get your news from anywhere, but you choose to get it from me, and I appreciate that. So you guys have a great night, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. We'll see you back next week. So
have a great baby.
Happy head buddy.
Have a great baby.